Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live every Monday at
Go Chief! High
Go Chiefs!
noon. Oh, mama.
Thank you, Wind.
Well, absolutely. And I mentioned this on another call earlier this morning. One person does not a team make, and one
Exactly.
play does not a win happen. And
Exactly.
so if the kick had been good, the score would have been tied. Hello, perhaps overtime. And after that, what would have happened? So
Correct.
that's the deal with games. And of course, in this case, public games. And so it's one of those things. And I just thought, oh my gosh, how badly does that kicker feel? Okay, maybe. But the bottom line is 3 points shouldn't have mattered if the rest of the team was not missing or not this or not that. So anything can happen when it comes to these sporting events. That's why they have contests and competitions. But I couldn't breathe, Doc. I'm done with this football. I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. And so, yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
I
can I do some
appreciate this
armchair
background.
court? Can I do some armchair analysis?
Yeah, please.
The defense just didn't really. They just didn't. They didn't have that fire. They didn't have that oomph. Actually, the offense looked pretty good considering. Yeah, the defense was just kind of. They were sort of waking up towards the end, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was a really good game. And like you say, not one person makes it. Watch out for those Bills next year. Watch out for those Bills. They're good.
Oh, they're going to be after us for sure. Hey, Karen, welcome. Lynn, welcome. I really mean that. It is teamwork makes the dream work. When people say that, it really is true. And again, it's not just down to one play, as it turned out in this case. So, but this background looks great, Doc. How did you create that?
Well, I created it in about 2 seconds, maybe three, on Canva.
Canva. I have heard of Canva, Doc. Can you tell us more?
Sure. Actually, there's going to be a class this Wednesday at
High noon. Go Chief.
yeah, I knew Go Chiefs.
I know.
Yes. We will go through the basics of Canva because Canva is one of those platforms that is just it's kind of like we talk about consistency all over the place. Well, Canva, you can use it consistently all over the place. I even have my website on Canva.
Wow. Wow,
Yes.
wow, and double wow. So, just for everyone watching now or certainly on the replay, we have event pages. And so the great news is our Canva, our any classes, Doc and Queenie classes are high noon on the fourth Wednesday. So that means it's coming up now. I also have event pages on LinkedIn and Facebook just so other people can find us. But the good news is since we will be recording on Facebook on the Doc and Queenie page, you can go back and reference that whenever you want. And of course, we'll be putting that on our YouTube channels as well. I'm super excited, Doc, because I know just enough about Canva to get in a whole bunch of trouble.
No, I think you do good considering.
Yeah, considering. Thank you. I know. Yeah, I
I'm
know.
teasing. No, Canva is one of those platforms you can't break, and you just play with it. You know, if you want to take the time, you can play with it, and who knows what comes out of it. So, but
I
no,
did my hibernating bears on Canva, and that was so much fun because I'm just looking outside going, nope, can't go outside. The wind chill's -40 and I can't breathe and blah, blah, blah. And the snow's up to my car bumper. So I thought, okay, this is a great time to just stay inside. And I thought, oh my gosh, hibernating bears. And one of my friends actually can't go to one of our events. She said, I'm hibernating until April. And I said, I absolutely understand that. So that started my brain on the hibernation thing. And I thought, oh my goodness. It's kind of like back in the COVID days when everybody had COVID-15. So it was like, how are we going to lose this COVID weight while everybody's eating Oreos?
Uh-oh,
Oh,
Karen said she lost a project on Canva. Uh-oh, that's not good.
absolutely. I know. And that's why I was going to mention too, we're going to do screen share, of course, so Doc can do show and tell for us. But that is exactly the deal. So I screenshot everything on Canva, but then when you do a video or a something, there's ways to save that too. So hopefully, Doc, we will learn so much from you that we will all become Canva pros like you are.
Well, thank you, Queenie. And yes, you can be. So yeah, no, it's and what you just said with somebody said hibernate and you took that and you ran with it.
Yep.
Canva is great for everything. I just was like, well, we need some Chiefs threads. We need some. They don't have the logos necessarily, but they go right up to the line on certain things, and then
Just take the logos off your shirt and make it that way.
yes, or your hat. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to showing everybody what to do. On different using it on different platforms, and I'll even give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes of my website. So, and I love it because I was with a platform service that is a very popular one, but it got outrageously expensive. And I've got a pro account with Canva, which allows me to do anything and everything with it. You can even do videos. I've some of my videos, and I'll show you some of the Doc and Queenie videos on there. I did the intros on Canva. So it's a great, great platform. I'm excited to share that info with everybody.
Well, we are excited to learn it. Let's go there.
So, speaking of weather, how's the weather over by you, Queenie?
Well, to let you know, honestly, I keep an eye on everything with all these cameras, and it really is a solid sheet of ice on my driveway. My driveway was down to fabulous warm concrete when the sun hits it. And so everything I shovel every time anything starts coming down. And it was completely clear last night because I watched intentionally and perfect. And so when I woke up this morning, glaze. And so how about you, Doc? Do you have any ice over there?
Oh, yes, we do. We've got lots of ice. My husband drives my sons to work, and he took one this morning. He had to work at 8, and we live in a cul-de-sac, and we're at the top of the hill. He was able to slide down slowly down, but he couldn't get up. He couldn't get up our street.
Oh, gosh.
Almost took out a mailbox and a car. Yeah, and here's a little mini discussion thing. Now we're from Chicagoland area. And in some neighborhoods in Chicagoland, they do not let you park your car on the street between like November 15th and March 1st or something like that, because the plows can't get through. And, and we're like, I wish they would, because a lot of problems on our street, we've got cars up and down the street. And of course the plows go around it. And then there's these, bumps and lumps and those ice. So it was very difficult. So I did not get to my national day of because I was outside chopping ice off of the driveway so he could get up the driveway. So crazy.
No, that makes it rough. Tyrion, welcome. We're glad you're here, and hopefully you're feeling better. It's always so fun to see our faithful friends on Purpose hop on. And Debbie, we're always thrilled that you're here. And Canva class, Debbie's so great at all the hashtags. Lynn was at one of our posting parties this morning, and that was a blast because we had a couple new friends on there. So I'm telling you what, Doc, I don't know about you, but I love networking.
I kind of got that idea there. Yeah. I think you do just a little bit.
I do. So, Debbie just said that it was wet but not slick at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's good to know. Yeah.
It's good. So today is the National Day of. It's welcome to January 22nd. I love this first one. Bless you there. First one is Answer Your Cat's Questions Day. Can anybody help me understand? Now, I am a dog person. I'm totally transparent. I don't know what to do with cats. I mean, I've taken care of cats. You tell me, put the food in the bowl and this is how you change the kitty litter. That's about it. And they love me. And I'm like, what do I do with you? So how do you answer a cat's question?
That is the best thing ever. I have had cats for 35 years, and I like them because, in my opinion, they're low maintenance, and that rocks my world. And I have also had very assertive cats, which means there is not a varmint within 100 miles of my house. And I love that part. And so that has worked out great. But from a standpoint of answering a cat's question, it literally is a matter of I need this or I need that, or my blanket's crooked or whatever the deal is. The cat will definitely let you know if something is amiss and the attention needs to be paid immediately. Or you will pay for it in the long run by shredded curtains or shredded sofas or shredded whatever else they can shred. So yeah, a cat wants their questions answered soon.
Wow. I love my dog.
Yeah. Yes,
You want me
absolutely.
to jump off a cliff? Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
So it's answer your cat's questions day. It's also National Hot Sauce Day. Are you a hot sauce person?
Uh,
You
I
distinguish between
like
the
it. Yeah,
heat?
I like it on stuff, like I guess, but it's not like you usually put hot sauce on salads. So that would be my challenge. But yeah, I guess maybe I could like wasabi. I would do a little sprinkle of that, and whatever that super hot sauce is good with chicken. So I guess maybe yeah. What about you?
Nope. I am a spice wimp.
Okay.
Though I answered pretty quick. I will take it in a few things like Mexican mochas from my favorite coffee place. Shout out to Maps in Lenexa, Kansas. It's cayenne and it hits the back of your throat and you're like, whoo, but it's good. It's good. And you're like, oh, I want more. It's that kind of thing. I will drink it that way. I can tolerate jalapeno, sort of. But I'm the wimp with, I always say chipotle chicken, which is a little bit spicy. It's hot for me.
Oh wow.
It's hot.
Yeah, I
So
go through one of those giant jars of jalapenos at least once a month, and because I love them. And so I guess if that's considered spice, then I guess that would be my thing.
and I
And
would die. Yes.
my highest video on YouTube, Doc, my highest watch, when you taught us how to do the analytics thing, my highest viewing on my YouTube channel is my cayenne pepper and coffee. And so I have cayenne pepper in my coffee and probably at least half a teaspoon every single morning of cayenne pepper in my coffee. So yeah, I guess that means I am a spice person.
Well, happy hot sauce day. So
Thank you very much.
tomorrow is measure your feet day. I'm just like,
Oh my gosh, I should have been warned on that one.
so I don't know. Wednesday. This kind of ties into some of the stuff we teach, just push a button. It's called Just Do It Day. So just push a button on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got Fluoride Day, National Florida Day. That marks the Florida becoming part of the Union. And then Friday, for all of our Australian friends, it's Australia Day.
Cool.
And Lotus 123 Day. I'm not exactly sure what that means.
Lotus. I think in the olden days that was the way that your computer worked. If you remember Lotus Drive and things like that, but I can't imagine anybody would think of Lotus 123, but maybe that's what still goes on. I don't know. Lynn said she is half Hispanic and she is a spice wimp. So
Spice Wimps Unite.
I can see your next Canva post, Spice Wimps Unite. Yeah.
Saturday, of course, I don't know about you, but it's National Chocolate Cake Day. Yeah. And National Geographic Day and National Seed Swap Day. So seeds, National Geographic, magazines, and chocolate. Hey, can't get any better than that.
I'm telling you.
And then Sunday is Lego Day. I know a lot of kids that love Legos, and it's National Daisy Day. I'd love to see a daisy. Wouldn't it be fun to see something daisy? Before we know it.
You've seen that daisy that pops up out of the asphalt when they're talking about people being able to do anything, don't give up, that whole thing. Yep. And so, yeah, I can definitely see that happening.
So that's our national days of for Doc and Queenie, January 22nd, 2024. Go Chiefs.
I think we covered it all. Bye for now. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Thank you again for joining us today, honestly, now or on the replay, because it really is so cool to see friends from other networks and folks that haven't connected yet to be able to connect on the Doc and Queenie community pages. And that is such a cool thing to see. Our Fab Five was at it again with that sled situation. And thanks a lot for throwing a snowball at me, Doc. But we got through it. Yeah, we got through it before the ice happened.
You're not talking to me outside of Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. Yeah.
See, I know. So it kind of works like that, but it really is. It's just the community piece here has been so fun for these 3 years. So thank you for that. I
Yes.
am looking at topics now. What do you think about that, Doc? You want to try and see what the topics are going to be
Let's see
right
what the
now?
topics for today are going to be.
I
Yes.
know. And so I'm instantly thinking, all right, there we go. I'm instantly thinking, what does it look like with the Doc and Queenie topic? And then we'll pick a Doc and Queenie word. And please, anyone watching now or on the replay, if you've got a word or topic that you'd like us to add to our wheels, let us know that because we are in this for you for sure.
Woohoo.
Oh, I know this one and I'm out. All right, Doc, it is all about you. What is Tube Buddy?
TubeBuddy. It's an app. It's also a platform that basically analyzes your. Yeah, I was going to say. Oop, there you are. TubeBuddy analyzes your YouTubes. They can help you with keywords.
Okay.
They can help you with titles, but they also show you, for people that aren't real familiar, the SEO, the search engine. Is it optimization?
Optimization. Uh-huh.
Um, of course, computers and all the internet and all of that, there's all these search engines looking for words and hashtags and blah, blah, blah. Well, the TubeBuddy helps you with knowing what tags and what hashtags, and those are two separate things that you can use with your YouTube video that'll give you the most, bang for your buck, basically. It's a really good platform because it helps you understand how the algorithm works on YouTube. And once you start understanding that, you can it's kind of like you can manipulate your videos towards the algorithm in order to expand your reach and bring more subscribers in.
You are very modest, and everyone on here again now or on the replay needs to know about the ginormous milestone that you hit as far as your views. And obviously your TubeBuddy knowledge with the hashtags and the tagging is definitely working, because what is your current view number, Doc? I couldn't believe it.
Well, I was just doing that right now. Yesterday I had 1,000 views on my short. I had to walk out to my greenhouse. The door blew open and I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm at 114,284 views.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations. That is so huge.
Thank you. It's been a lot of work, but it's fun to watch the engine. It's fun to watch it go. And everybody's still a work in progress. I'm a work in progress.
Oh,
but
absolutely. Now, what has TubeBuddy done for you as far as, did you take a class? Did you push buttons? What has TubeBuddy done for you to get those numbers up there?
I actually have to be transparent. I use two different types of platforms. One, and we'll talk about the other one. And I don't know if it's on our wheel, but we could probably add it. vidIQ is one, and then the other is TubeBuddy. And I kind of bounce back and forth because what TubeBuddy does and how I got to where I'm at is I listened to podcasts for social media. And I was listening to this lady one afternoon, and they always interview people that have millions of subscribers, and how did you get there, and blah blah blah. So I was just listening, and she's like, "Well, I use TubeBuddy," and I'm like, "Huh, I wonder what that is." So I went out and searched it. It's really reasonable too. And I was going to say I used to have a link on my thing. Do I have it on there? I don't have it on there. I'm going to have to put it on my YouTube channel. I will put the link to the TubeBuddy on there. It's like $35 for a year. I mean, it's ridiculously cheap, but they have a podcast. They have YouTubes showing you how to use TubeBuddy. And then they also have like little classes. So, it's whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. And what I love with it, like I keep saying with the videos, it helps me look at all the tags, but it also, it's almost like a wheel, but it's a gauge. You put in a title and it'll give you the weighted and the unweighted SEO number. An SEO number, search engine optimization. If it's above 50, it's going to do pretty well. So I always look for above 50. Unweighted is you're just out there in the big sea with all of the other fish. Weighted is in your niche and because these platforms also, these apps and platforms kind of analyze where you're at with what you're posting also. So that weighted piece, they tell you basically, if it's going to be successful, and they give you that rating again, the SEO rating. So it gets kind of analytical, but it'll give you, if you can get through that, it'll start giving you the idea of like, oh, look at this title might do well or it might not do well. And they also give you examples of other videos, other creators, and what they did with a similar video. So you can look at other people's stuff, because it's all about, sharing information and learning from others. So I could go on and on with the different, I know I'm kind of a little all over the place, but it's just a great platform if you're really serious about expanding your reach on YouTube.
The analytical piece to me is always fascinating. And so I pay attention now that you taught us how to do all this. Anytime I post something about grief journey or death doulas or any of the stuff that is my DNA, that's my niche, I guess you would say. But the rest of the story, those go huge. Then I post about networking. Those are fine. Certainly the Doc and Queenie part, and definitely Christmas. But then I post, okay, about Bible studies or something like that, and the numbers are basically flatlined. And I think to myself, isn't that an interesting testimony to everybody wants to talk about grief and death and dying and all that stuff. They don't want to talk about it, but they want to hear about it, so nobody's watching them. But the rest of that part is, okay, sure, they'll learn about networking. And then you go a little bit about, they might want to learn a little bit of YouTube or maybe a posting party. But then when it comes to a little, like for real, a Bible study, and I put it out there on purpose to see what would happen with the numbers. And like I say, it was flatlined. And I thought, isn't that amazing? Once you find your niche, as you call it, then all of a sudden the numbers change. And so I think for you and the TubeBuddy thing, that has been huge. With your analytics, especially to go over 100,000. That is the coolest thing ever.
I am up to about since mid-December, and I started feeding the machine this year because from Thanksgiving till the end of January ish. I mean, who's gardening? Seriously. Nobody.
So I don't want to bother you or anything, but I can't see my grass right now. So even if I was a gardener,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just got this, yeah, and I'm looking for my analytics right now. But I've been working on growing my channel, even when it's slow in my niche. Yes. And I'm trying to find it. Of course, I should have had this up while we were talking, but I didn't. In the past month, I've had 14,000 views. That's just 30 days. But the whole thing with YouTube is once you get subscribers, it's kind of like networking. I know you and you know these people. I know these people. Oh, look, Kathy's looking at Laura's greenhouse door flew open yesterday. That's interesting. I think I'll give it a like. It's that kind of thing. And then YouTube also, the algorithm wants to find viewers for your video. They want to find a match. A lot of times we think, well, here's our information. This will be helpful. Well, if the algorithm if you don't hashtag it right and you don't have the description correct, and the one little thingy on YouTube, your description always should have the same words as your title. Unless you just do the title and leave it with a couple of hashtags, there's two ways to do it. But it's just that expanding your reach and networking just a different way, I guess.
And I love the social media part of the networking. Of course, we have the godmother of ACA on our call today. Karen Higgins is one of our superstar Fab Five and definitely faithful friends on purpose. And the best news of all, the networking for me online has been so phenomenal because all of my traffic locations have exploded. And that's the part that I love so much, is to be able to get your reach bigger. Kansas City is magnificent, and being in person has been awesome over the years. And I'm thrilled to have so many connections and friends who say, I've got somebody for you that you need to meet. I love that. And the rest of that particular story is now to be able to have our reach so much bigger in larger locations has also rocked my world. And you have taught us so much as far as the YouTube video about this would now change something about that. And I love the fact that the title and the hashtags in the body of the newsletter, and then like your own video, comment on your own video, and pin the comment. Those have been techniques that I am definitely using. So I appreciate that 1,000,000%.
When you pin the, and you know this, when we both were talking about this, I don't know if we talked about this on Doc and Queenie, when you pin your comment, you should also put in a link to either your website, or like I put a lot of links into my ebooks.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and it just feels funny, you know, like, please subscribe to my channel, or, you know, buy my ebook at, you know.
Yeah, I know.
But, you know, people subscribe. It's working. I mean, I've had actually, in the past month, I've had 40 new subscribers.
Beautiful.
So something's working.
That's for sure. It definitely is. Let's go and see what our word is for today, because the reason I say that is, please, all of you watching now, or certainly on the replay, do not hesitate if you've got a word that you think would be fun on the wheel, because we definitely love 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We definitely love to chat about the words that everyone has chosen. And if you have a word for the year, please put it in the community section of our comments. Reliable. Please put it in the community section of our comments, because Karen Higgins is so generous to send a word of the year card. And I think Lynn Ross here on this call actually got her card from Karen. So that is always super fun. And I love that piece as well. So what about reliable, Doc?
Oh, reliable. That can go across so many different ways, can't it, Queenie?
Uh-huh. Yes. And you were actually talking about networking etiquette and things like that, and that takes reliable to a whole new level.
Yes, networking etiquette. You know, you say you're going to do something, that's that follow through.
Yep.
You know, my thing is, especially I've cut out time to meet with you one-on-one, and you don't show up and you don't hear anything. I'm not saying you or audience, because our audience would never do that, but because they're fantastic. But it's the follow through. It's, you know, yes, for myself, things come up, things happen, get it, but not even to reach out like there's nothing. You're just like, okay, well, you just lost my network. You know, that kind of thing. Reliable. It's follow through. It's consistency. I mean, even our attitudes, positivity, being positive all the time. What say you, Queenie, on that? What's your take on reliable?
When I get a referral from, certainly, holy moly, anyone in this Doc and Queenie tribe, for heaven's sakes, but anyone in my network, and I get a referral, and can you help my friend with this or help my friend with that? I appreciate the trust that they place in me to help their person get their machine. And I mean that with all my heart. And one of my newest recruits actually said, I have a question. And I said, sure. And she said, is there a limit as to how many of these machines you can sell? And I was like, no, there is not a limit. And so we're having a blast with that topic. But it's back to that same drill. The reliable piece is the trust factor, that when you refer someone, like one of your besties, to a networking partner, it has to be, in my opinion, a trust factor, because you've got to take care of my friend. I went out of my way to refer this person to you. And then if you drop the ball, that makes me look bad, and that ain't going to happen. And so the reliable piece for me is huge, especially when it comes certainly to the networking piece and the folks I can trust. Can you take care of my friend? Can you help with this or that, or whatever your actually product or service is? And are you reliable enough to walk them through it? Like, can you walk them through the questions that they have regarding your product or service? So the reliable piece for me is a biggie. Can you help them with this? Can you teach them with that? Can you take them to one of your networking events? Reliable to me is a trust factor, and I don't take it lightly.
Well, and that ties into, like, I was gonna bring up etiquette, you know, because it's out in the world, it seems to be dying, etiquette in general. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
What would you say maybe the top 2 or 3 points about networking etiquette, what would you say that to be? What would be the important top 3?
Well, for me, it's the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, certainly, because I just met you on Alignable or H&P or BNI or wherever you're meeting people. And as soon as you get back to your office, the second you get back to your office, you're already on somebody's mailing list. Or they give you an invite to join their something. Or would you like to come to my webinar that's $900 every 10 minutes? And I look at that and I go, if I did that to you and said, hi, nice to connect with you. Water Workshop is the first Thursday. If that's not what they're asking about, and I just say about the Water Workshop, oh my gosh. And so do unto others. I think the golden rule goes across all platforms. That's a biggie for me times a million. What about you, Doc?
That's a biggie too. And I've got a lot of, we always talk about swoopers.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do the non-etiquette top 3. You know?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I got a new one this week. And it was different. It was phrased differently. Hi, how are you? Doing great. Have a great day. You know, I know you second tier level kind of thing. I have a referral for you. And I'm like, okay, you have a referral for me. Do you even know what I do? And then they barfed their business. And I was just like, yeah.
I just do not understand that. Do you think long term, and again, look at the screen, the people that we have on this call, honestly, this is like internal referral network times a million, trust factor times a million, reliable times a million, networking etiquette times a million. This is the cream of the crop on this call. And it's a matter of making sure that somebody doesn't actually abuse that. Swooper is a word, Karen, chapter something in my book.
I'll put it on the word wheel.
Yeah. There we
talk
go.
about it so often.
Yeah, we do actually. Yeah, I know. And I love that. Karen is so great.
I don't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Karen is so great. When she posts a picture of my books, when she's reading one of them, it's like, oh my gosh, I love that. I probably should make the Swooper page bigger, but yeah, we'll add that to a word.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know Lynn, but I know everybody else that's on here. I've met everybody else in person too.
Yes.
And I don't know if Lynn, if you're local, I expect to see you in the next week.
She's not local. She's not local.
But we rub elbows and we know we know them. And it's like you say, it's the internal group. It's a good group. And it's not that everybody outside of where we live is not welcome. I mean, it's building relationships. That's what networking is. You're in Ohio. Okay, I guess we're going to have to do a field trip after the ice melts.
After the ice melts. Yeah, let's go there.
We're going to get a Doc and Queenie bus and visit everybody we know. We'll probably be gone for a couple of years.
That's okay. Purple bus.
Yeah, purple. So, but yeah, it's just sad that people are, I'm assuming maybe they are desperate to get to that point, or maybe they haven't been trained yet on, an etiquette piece, because I'm not going to buy from somebody that just met me on Facebook, or, I met them, in person, but I want to get to know you first.
Absolutely.
And like you said, back to the trust.
Yeah, the networking etiquette, the Zoom etiquette. I mean, we could do etiquette on a million different levels. Zoom etiquette, you don't have your camera on. Zoom etiquette, you're eating some kind of large lunch situation.
We love watching you eat your breakfast. Yeah,
absolutely. And I'm talking mess times icky. And there we go. There we go. I like that. Yeah. God Drives My Bus is the name of my biography. And so, of course, we'll take Queenie's bus. I love that, Deb. But it's back to that same drill, Doc. If you invite someone even to a Zoom call and you can't trust how that's going to look, as far as not speaking, not looking at the camera, distracted, looking at your phone, whatever you're doing, the person you invited is not coming back. So
Right.
Zoom etiquette's important. Networking etiquette is important. It all kind of ties to that reliable word today. So hopefully this has been huge. And again, Karen, thank you for the swooper part. That's a great idea for the wheel, because a lot of people, when they hear swooper, or quite frankly, they have seen it in my book and had to say, I had to read the chapter twice. I didn't know what a swooper meant. When I first coined that term, I was watching it. I'm in a great big room and people are putting their business card or their pamphlet or their brochure on all of the place settings at the tables. Karen was in the group with me actually several years ago. And I literally went to the person who was doing that and I said, this is for sponsors only to do that. Oh, well, we're this and we're that and we're something. And I go, no. And so it was literally, and never met him before. Walked in, knew there were going to be 100 girls in the room, and decided they were going to just swoop. And I was like, no. And so that's not how it rolls. And so for me, it's literally a matter of connecting, referring, sharing, trusting, and certainly the reliable piece of networking and even Zoom etiquette. So I love that.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Wow. That's kind of obnoxious.
I was absolutely shocked. Professional, fabulous, great cause, that whole drill. But the sponsors signed up to be doing just that and to speak in front of the room. And these two just showed up and started putting this all over these 100 place settings. And I went, oh my gosh. And so using the platform that we had created for their own benefit. And I thought, oh my gosh. And I think perhaps they had been back a time or two after that, but not consistently for those several years that we had that group. So I thought, swooper just came to mind, and swoop in, barf your business, as you say, and hit the road. Not in my network.
Yep. So on that note, I just wanted to remind yeah, don't be a swooper. Do the little circle with the, I'll have to create a Canva background.
Yeah.
Yeah, no swooping. Go Chiefs. Yes. So we're basically out of time, Queenie. So let me remind everybody again, we've got classes this Wednesday on the Doc and Queenie page at
high
I
noon.
always have to do that to her. But she kind of blows us out of the water on that. So she's actually really good at that. So and we will be talking about Canva, the basics with Canva. And I think that's about it. So if you want to reach out to Queenie on social media, it's Kathy Weaver KC, or her website, kathyweaverkc.com, myself, Doc, at kitchengardenexpert.com, or Kitchen Garden Expert on YouTube and all over social media also. We would love to have you back here next Monday or on the replay, because I know sometimes people with their schedules, they can't make it. But we love our community. Yes.
Guess who Facebook user that just said hi is?
Is it Jody?
Tina.
Tina, welcome.
Tina Wyatt, we are so happy to have you here, and thank you for joining us. And certainly thank you for everyone who has been here. But Tina, we are thrilled to have you back out in the world of networking. And speaking of networking etiquette, she's a pro.
Yes. And I was just about to say, we are so thankful for our faithful friends on purpose. And she's one of them.
Yes.
Along with everybody else that's here and everybody that's going to watch the replay. So take care and have a fantastic week. Stay warm if you have to. We actually have a warming trend here in Kansas City. It's going to hit 40 one of these days.
Woo!
And then we're going to be complaining about the mud. But, it is what it is. Spring is, I don't know how many days, but we're getting there. Take care. We'll see you right back here on Monday. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you to everyone who joined us now or on the replay. And we'll see you Wednesday for Doc and Queenie classes, on the 4th Wednesday of every month, and certainly every Monday high noon for all of these events to keep it consistent.
I do. Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Go Chiefs.
Yeah.